So we have already discussed a lot about requirement engineering. So I think you guys can easily identify now what's the goal of this requirement engineering phase. So the goal of requirement engineering is to determine exactly what the client wants. It can involve interviews, it can involve questionnaires, any kinds of interaction. And in this phase, we have to identify functional and non-functional requirements. I think we have discussed about functional and non-functional requirements in chapter 2, but now we will discuss a little bit more about these two. And also we have to extensively review to check that these requirements satisfy clients' needs. So the two types of requirements are functional requirements and non-functional requirements. So functional requirements actually defines what the system does or must not do, while non-functional requirements specify how the system should do it. Non-functional requirements actually do not affect the basic functionality of the system. Reliability, accuracy of results, performance, response time, security, safety, portability, those are actually non-functional requirements. So, what are the deliverables of this phase? After the phase, what we will be able to deliver? So, after the requirement engineering phase, we will have requirement specification, a document, right? This requirement specification document actually describes what the software will do and how it will be expected to perform. It involves the functional and non-functional requirements also. The requirements listed in the requirement specification document should be precise, complete, and consistent. And this is the basis of contract between customer and developer. And after this phase, with the software specification document, we also should deliver a user manual. So the user manual will just describe how the user will interact with the system. And there is one more deliverables, that is system test plan. The system will be tested against these requirements, right? So if we want to determine whether we have developed the right system, whether the system will satisfy the customer need, then we have to test it against these defined requirements. So that's why we have to provide a system test plan. So now I will give you an example to give you a better understanding of functional requirements and non-functional requirements. So this is the problem definition. Suppose we are considering here a vending machine that returns three types of drinks: coffee, juice, and tea, and it accepts only coins. So this is your problem definition. So you have to identify what will be the functional requirements and non-functional requirements of this system. So let's go step by step. At first, what the vending machine will do, it has to show that what drinks are available right now and what are the corresponding prices. So at first, the first functional requirements is prompt buyers. It's like we have to tell user what drinks are available right now and what are the corresponding prices. So that's one functional requirement. So the next functional requirement is the vending machine should let the user select a drink, right? So select a drink is the next functional requirements. The user chooses a drink among the available drinks. And what will be the third step? The third step will be the vending machine will provide the selected drink to the user, right? So return one bottle of drink. That's the third functional requirement. Now the fourth functional requirement will be the vending machine will receive the coin and it will count the change and it will return the change to the customer. So that's the fourth functional requirement. So prompt buyers select a drink, return one bottle of drink, and at last return change is the four functional requirement that we need in that system. Non-functional requirements. So the first and most important one in non-functional requirements is user friendliness. The interface should be user friendly, otherwise people will not buy from that vending machine, right? So that's why it should not be so complex, it should not be confusing, it should be easy to use. So user friendliness is the most important here, and this is actually non-functional requirements. So the next non-functional requirements should be the performance. Yeah, vending machine is not a very critical device, so hopefully it will work fine. But nobody wants to wait an hour to buy a drink, right? So that's why it should work reasonably fast. It should work under an acceptable time constraint. So that's acceptable performance. So the next one is robustness. The vending machine should be robust. That means that if the user put wrong input or choose wrong actions, then the vending machine should have the capability to work with that wrong actions. It should tolerate the wrong actions. So that's robustness. So these were the non-functional requirements. You can add some more if you want.